When the mother read out the four aspects of the mother from Sri Aurobindo's book The Mother, we all just stared at her face unblinkingly while reading the description of Maheshwari, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati. She would bring down the power of each one on to the playground. Even her voice would change for each of the four powers. The Mahakali is of another nature, not wideness but height, not wisdom but force and strength or a peculiar power. While reading this part, there was so much power and intensity in the mother's voice. The whole playground reverberated with the sound of the mother's deep, grave voice. The mother's physical appearance changed too. Seeing her then, we felt like little ants. The ground was enveloped in a profound hush. Everyone, the young, the adults, the old, remained silent. What an enchanting atmosphere was created in these classes during those days. Sometimes the mother told us such amusing things that the whole playground would resound with laughter. Even those serious minded, who were forbidden to laugh, could not control themselves and had cramps in their stomachs. The mother laughed heartily too and enjoyed herself tremendously. Nolinida and Pavitrada were always present in this class. The mother used to look upon Pavitrada as her young son. If there was any scientific thing to be explained in the class, she at once called Pavitrada. Pavitra, O great Pandit, would you kindly explain this question? And her eyes would light up with mischievous glee. Poor Pavitrada looked a little frustrated in front of all his students, and then he would start explaining seriously. He really got quite nervous, and we used to all enjoy the scene. How bottled up he looked then. The mother had a different relationship with Nolnida, that of an elder son. One day there was an animated discussion on Purusha and Prakriti. The younger ones were just not getting the idea. I remembered how, in my college days, our philosophy professor had tried so desperately to make us understand the concept of Purusha and Prakriti. The moment he mentioned Purusha and Prakriti, we would immediately think of man and women and start laughing. What on earth was the teacher trying to tell us? I did not think that one day the same question would come up in the mother's class as well. I felt greatly frustrated. The mother avoided the question and sweetly asked Nolnida, Nolini, why don't you explain this to them simply? I don't know anything. We all sat expectantly, waiting to see how Nolnida would explain it. Nolnida did not speak for some time. We just kept on looking at his face with uncontrollable curiosity. Then finally he said, if the mother herself does not know, then how can Nolni know anything? We were dumbstruck. What an answer! Bravo! All these old sadhaks like Pavitrada, Norinida, Amritada always had that attitude of great humility vis-a-vis the mother. It was such an admirable trait in them. We have learned so much from their beautiful conduct by keeping the goal of faithful love for the mother always in mind. The mother kept looking at Nolnida for a while. Love was overflowing from her eyes. Then mother herself explained the difficult concept of Purusha and Prakriti so simply and so beautifully that we could not believe it. And when we went on to read the Divine Shakti from Sri Aurobindo's The Synthesis of Yoga, I realized I had finally understood. The four aspects of the mother. The mother used to tell us so many things on her own. She was once walking in the playground as the march past was to begin in some time. She came and stood under the neem tree, leaning against the wall in silence for a while. Then rather unexpectedly she began. I have come this time in all my aspects. This has never happened before in the history of the earth. I have never come in this totality. I looked at her, wonderstruck. Looking gently at me, the mother just smiled. I asked her all of a sudden, "Are you Mother Durga?" Mother smiled a little once again and nodded in agreement. I saw Mother Durga before me. What an indescribable form! Sri Aurobindo's Durga Stotra flashed in my mind. Mother Durga, rider on the lion, trident in hand, thy body of beauty, armor clad. Then I asked, "Are you Mother Mahalakshmi?" The mother nodded once again in the same way. A mysterious smile lit up her face yet again. An otherworldly loveliness flowed from her. Standing close to her, my heart filled up with a marvelous newborn joy. I felt the magic of the mother's immaculate beauty. There was so much enchantment in that magnetic beauty of hers. Sri Aurobindo's lines echoed in my ears. Above them is the miracle of eternal beauty, an unseizable secret of divine harmonies, the compelling magic of an irresistible universal charm and attraction. My uncontrollable curiosity compelled me once again, and I could not help asking, "Are you Mother Mahasaraswati?" Mother answered each of my questions with the same compassionate love, and for a few seconds revealed to me her Mahasaraswati aspect. Her patience was infinite. I couldn't control my curiosity, and the questions kept coming. "Mother, are you Rajarajeshwari?" Once again Mother nodded in agreement. "Tranquil is she, and wonderful, great and calm forever." I felt the mother very distant as she stood before me, solemn and immobile. I kept naming all the gods and goddesses, and it was always the same question. "Are you Mother Anandamayi? Are you Mother Chandi? Are you Mother this? Are you Mother that?" The mother just kept nodding in assent. My bag of questions was inexhaustible. Finally, at the end, I asked her, "Are you Mother Mahakali?" That vast, amazing form of the mother comes up before my eyes even today. How unattainable she looked as I started at her helplessly. Where was that ever familiar mother of ours? That form of hers was so unfamiliar that a terrible fear gripped me, but the mother came back to normal within a flash. With a soft smile, she took my hands into hers. However, I could not come out of that state, even with the divine touch of her hands. I just stood there silently. Sri Aurobindo's description of Mahakali in the 6th chapter of The Mother flashed in my mind. Seeing the mother in these different forms, I was overwhelmed by an unearthly sort of feeling. The mother began talking to me as before, and my fear slowly dissolved. The mother was smiling again. I again found my mother in the form of my friend. I had the same experience on another occasion. One day, Manoj asked the mother in the playground, "Mother, why did you create boys and girls?" Mother kept quiet for some time. Then she laughed and said, "Your seeing humans as boy or girl is not quite right. When I talk to you, I don't think this is Manoj or that is Preeti. I talk to the soul or the inner being that is within each one of you. This soul is not male or female. So don't rack your brains with all these outer differences. You know that I am neither male nor female. One day you will realize who I am." Mother looked at both of us with mysteriously happy eyes. It felt as if somewhere I had a vision of her in her immensity, just for an instant, and then once more she assumed her usual form. I don't know why, but I felt that was indeed her real form. Oh.